Most people think that secure attachment is about healing your childhood, communicating better, not being anxious, or even learning how to find the right partner. This is why most people will actually remain anxious, avoidant, and lonely in 2026. Because secure attachment is not about affirmations, it's not about just a mindset alone, but it is about an identity level upgrade that you do in your nervous system. It's basically you letting go of all the old identity and conditioning that you have grown up with and actually adopting a new identity where you rewire your nervous system at a subconscious, at a very deep level. And this is also not an easy thing. It requires a lot of testing and a lot of trial and a lot of error to actually reach into that stage where you don't feel anxious, you don't feel avoidant in a connection as well. And no matter how self aware you think you are, no matter how much you know how to recognize your patterns, in the moment when you're still in a connection, you seem to lose it. Why? Because that identity level upgrade has never happened. You have all the information, but you have not shifted internally at a subconscious level. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what are the 5 steps where you can actually move into having a secure attachment style. So, if you're new here, I'm Vesh and I'm a men's coach and I help men heal with their traumas, attachment issues, and wounded masculinity in order for them to pursue meaningful connection with women. Now, without any further ado, let's get into the video. Step one is stop confusing attraction with attachment. If most of your deepest chemistry comes from uncertainty, comes from distance, comes from the woman being emotionally unavailable, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you are not attracted to love, but you are attracted to chaos and you're attracted to those butterflies. You're basically attracted to that nervous system getting alert and feeling that sense of butterfly because this is what happens when you meet a connection that's actually not safe for you. To be honest, getting butterflies when you meet someone or feeling that sense of excitement is truly the biggest red flag there can be. Because our subconscious processes so many information so fast that our logical mind, our conscious mind cannot even comprehend. And most of the time, the body level nervousness, discomfort, excitement is usually your nervous system actually picking up those red signals, picking up those danger signs in that connection which you often are not ready to even listen to. And this looks different for people who are anxious and it looks different for people who are avoidant. Anxious men, they call this like a deep connection, whereas avoidant men, they're actually looking for that sense of freedom because they don't want to feel trapped in that connection. They want to have that sense of autonomy even in the relationship as well. But both are wrong. Secure attachment is developed when you stop normalizing that nervous system dysregulation, when you stop normalizing the burning sensation in your body when the woman pulls away. On the other hand, you also stop normalizing that feeling of you're getting trapped when you are in a relationship. Because the first one is where you're anxiously attached, and the second one is where you're avoidantly attached. For you, if calmness actually feels boring, you are going to have a history of attracting emotionally unavailable women. But on the other side, if you feel that intimacy is scary, like close connection takes away your freedom, you're going to lose the best women from your life. And if intensity in a connection feels like love to you, you are going to forever be in the situation where you are going to mistake trauma for destiny. And secure people don't chase butterflies. They want emotional consistency. They want clear communication. They do not want any confusion. But what does this mean? It would actually eliminate 80% of your dating options because you are going to have to become a man who is ready to say no to other people as well. Step two is remove your emotional dependency from romance and relationship. If you feel a big part of your success, a big part of your worth would come from when you are finally in a perfect relationship. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you are not attached to the person, but you are in the process of outsourcing your worth from a relationship status. Secure attachment actually begins when your emotional baseline is not dependent on anyone's absence or presence. If someone leaves from your life, it doesn't shake your worth. Of course, there'll be sadness. Of course, you might feel really bad because you love this person. But that doesn't mean that you are useless as a person just because she left. And on the other side, if you have avoidant attachment, you're letting go of someone else who possibly even cares for you. When a woman truly wants to be with you, but you're not able to take that in, because somewhere you're scared of showing your emotions to her, because somewhere you feel like it's a trap and you feel like you're losing yourself. You do crave relationships, but at the same time, if you're avoidant, you are not in a position to actually withstand a relationship. And if you feel scared of that relationship because of which you keep pulling away from her, what's going to happen? If that woman builds enough self love and self worth, she is going to end up leaving you because you have that avoidant attachment and you're not able to give her a secure relationship as well. So ask yourself these questions. Who are you without that relationship? If you end up being single for the rest of your life, are you still okay from within? Or do you feel you've done something wrong? Or do you feel you've failed at life if you don't have a relationship? Because if the answer to this is yes, I don't feel good with the thought of me not having a relationship throughout my life, that shows that somewhere your emotional dependency is based on another human being. Step 3 is rebuilding your nervous system before you even touch communication. Firstly, building that sense of internal safety. If you are a man with avoidant attachment or if you are a man with anxious attachment, both of you guys are internally scared of abandonment. It's just that you have developed different kind of coping mechanisms to actually survive in your childhood. So on one side, if you're anxiously attached, if someone is pulling away, you feel like your world is going to collapse. But whereas if you're avoidantly attached, if someone is actually asking you for their needs, you feel like your world is going to collapse again. In both places, there is no sense of safety built within you. And this is where most people lie to themselves when they say that, hey, I know how to communicate my needs better. It doesn't matter if you know how to communicate. What is your nervous system feeling? How are you internally feeling? Are you internally feeling anxious? Are you internally feeling scared? Are you internally feeling trapped? And secure attachment is not built through words, it's built through your ability to actually regulate yourself, even if you're scared or even if you're anxious. It's your ability to actually calm yourself down before you even open your mouth to communicate with someone else. And that secure sense of attachment requires emotional containment before you express your needs. It requires nervous system level regulation so that you feel calm internally. And this is why communication skills do not work for most people when they're still feeling unsafe. Step 4 is learn to choose boring love over emotional intensity. I know butterflies feels very thrilling, but in this process of chasing butterflies, you guys are possibly letting go of a woman who is very loving, who is very emotionally available, but it still feels boring to your system because your nervous system is so used to dealing with chaos. And secure attachment does not grow when you're reminiscing over the potential of that person, when you're thinking, oh, what could this be if she just heals herself, or if she just makes herself a little bit more distant or gives me space. No. Secure attachment is developed when you experience consistency in your body, when there is a predictable tone in the relationship. Of course, you can have surprises in the relationship, like spontaneous plans to maintain that sense of mystery and long term attraction. It's not about building a routine, it's not about doing the same thing every single day, but it's about choosing someone who your nervous system knows that, okay, no matter what, she's going to be there for me because she loves me and she chooses me. And what happens over a period of time, if you're used to inconsistency, your nervous system basically gets used to it. You keep inflicting the same kind of wounds into your nervous system. What message are you sending yourself? You're telling yourself, hey, this is what I deserve, and your subconscious accepts it. On the other side, if you're avoidantly attached, if you're constantly in the process of running away from the woman the moment she tries to come close to you, what message are you sending yourself? Hey, intimacy is dangerous. I would always be trapped if I'm in a relationship. It's better for me to stay away. Either ways, you're still running away. Either ways, you still have that nervous system level wound. Either ways, you still have that abandonment wound inside you. And secure attachment only forms when the patterns externally in dating and relationship is kind of safe for your nervous system. It is formed with evidence, it is formed with proof. And for you to reach that stage, you have to develop that muscle in you to actually choose a woman who is good for your nervous system. Step 5 is identity level upgrade and not just your external behavior. Your mind is divided into two parts. 5% is your conscious mind, which you're engaging when you're listening to me speaking as well. 95% is your subconscious. Your traumas, your patterns, your fears all lives in your subconscious mind. It's controlling 95% of your day without you even realizing it. That's how powerful your subconscious is. If your subconscious is used to chaos, you will meet someone and you will get attracted to a chaotic woman because that's what you're used to even before you can make sense of what exactly happened. Your conscious mind will catch up pretty late, but your subconscious mind is already like, aha, this is the woman who is going to trigger me, so let's fall in love with her. So, if you have to change these subconscious level patterns, you have to do subconscious rewiring. That's how identity is shifted. Now, you can also work with me on a one on one where we will be doing hypnotherapy, which is the easiest way to upgrade your subconscious. Or you can even get any of my course as well. The link you will find in the description box below. So, secure attachment is not something you do, it's something you are. And when does that develop? When you consistently practice having boundaries with people, when you are comfortable with the idea of being alone for the rest of your life, when you are comfortable with rejecting a woman who is not good for you, not when it's too late, but right in the dating stages when you start seeing the signs and you start noticing the patterns. And until your identity changes, your attachment style will reassert itself the moment it enters a connection. This is why, when people are alone, single, all by themselves, they feel they are very healed. And the moment a attraction is triggered, the moment a woman walks into his life, he starts panicking, he starts getting anxious because that identity shift was never done. The real test only happens when you put yourself out there in the dating world and when you are in a relationship. Until then, you can be in that illusion of thinking you are healed, but the reality is that you are just untested. So, if this video hit something very uncomfortable in you, if it scared you, good, because there is information in that discomfort that you're feeling. Somewhere you also know that the things that I'm saying is very true. And until that change happens internally, you're not going to end up in a good, meaningful relationship because you do not have the muscle to select a partner who's also good for you. So, if you want to have guided work around upgrading your identity, regulating your nervous system, healing your anxious or your avoidant attachment, you will find all the links in the description box below. So, let 2026 finally be the year where you actually become a secure man, where someone else's presence or absence does not shake you internally because you're calm, you're grounded, and you're contained within yourself. And secure attachment does not come when the right person shows up, but it comes when you become the right person who feels he's worthy of being in a healthy relationship. So I hope this episode was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.